Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brewing with Jim.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day to you. I'm Jim and you're Joseph.
Good whenever you're listening to this.
Good whenever you're listening.
Yeah, my name is Joseph. I'm with Jim as always. This is Brewing with Jim, a show where we get audience questions about anything, any part of life, and we just try to provide wisdom and insight into what our listeners are thinking about.
Right. Okay,
so, Jim, got another question today. That's what we do around here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's the question. One might say it's a hot topic.
Okay.
Is it okay for Christians to be cremated?
Oh my!
I have heard people talk about this before. I'm sure you have as well.
I've had many questions about it.
Debatable thing.
Yeah.
The idea behind it is obviously cremation being a means of burial and what to do with your body. I've heard Christians articulate that if God is going to resurrect our bodies, if God is, that, and they take that very literally, if I am cremated, what is he going to resurrect? And do I miss out on that? That's a
hypothetical that's erroneous from the hypothesis from the beginning. Is it okay for Christians to be cremated if they wait until after death? Yes.
You almost made me spit out water. Go for it.
You do spit takes on an audio.
Exactly.
Okay. It's a serious question because it's asked with real inquiry and wanting to know from people. And people have come to me and asked that. And the answer is, yes, it is okay. The body is going to decay. Yeah. And deteriorate, and it doesn't matter if it happens in 30 years or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the same. This body is not going to be in heaven. We get a new body. Source for that is 2 Corinthians 5.
Yeah.
And you can go there. I do not anticipate being in heaven in this body, nor do I desire it.
Nor do we hope so.
No, do we hope so. No, what do you want for Christmas? I could take a new birthday suit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, okay. The people who ask that question probably haven't just been taught properly about this. Yes, we are to take care of our bodies, and yes, our bodies are a living sacrifice unto the Lord, and we are His creation, and we are to regard our bodies with dignity and with the sanctification that we have. Our bodies are set aside to worship God and to serve Him and to express His love to other people and so forth. But when death occurs, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord, and we get a new body. And I have no idea what the new body is going to look like. I have played with the verse, I don't know what I will be like, but I know I will be like Him, referring to Jesus. So
love that.
I'm fine to go back to 33 years old, if that's what that means.
There you go.
And have that body again. I don't have it now. But this is not a complicated question. I don't know that we're going to be able to fill a lot of time.
No, that's fine.
With this answer. But the answer is no. We don't have this body. And we get a new one. Jesus resurrected in His human body, in His flesh. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And you come down to verse, I think it's 14, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. One of the basics of Christianity, one of the basic beliefs, is the resurrection of the body of Jesus. And I like that. He appeared post-resurrection to, we had a picnic on the beach with 500 people, and Thomas, who doubted that Jesus showed His wounds to him, and this is, now do you believe? And Thomas said, my Lord and my God.
Yeah.
And then Jesus said, blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. Okay. No, we don't have this body, and it's okay to be cremated. fear of cremation, I don't know if anybody would have that. I think I would prefer it rather than. But what preference?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do with your fingernail clippings when you clip them off? Are you concerned about what about your hair during a haircut?
Yeah.
The body is going to be the same. We're done with it.
Yeah.
And there's no feeling. It's just a thing.
Right. Yeah. I like what you said about, mentioning, okay, the body is important. We are to take care of it. It's actually a charge.
Oh, yes.
The phrase, the body is a temple, right?
Uh-huh.
There is an importance and truly even a sanctity to our bodies. And at the same time, we can't make an idol of our bodies either.
Right.
So we're somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. When it comes to cremation, there is a way to overemphasize that importance and value in the sense that if you're tying it to your salvation, that is erroneous, as you've said, right?
Yes.
This physical body that we are in today is not the thing that's going to be a part of the salvation, resurrection, etc. It just doesn't make sense when you extrapolate it, beyond a couple of years, maybe even less.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
What I mean by that is, Christianity's been around for 2,000 years. There have been a lot of followers of Christ in that time whose bodies, whether they've been cremated or not, are just simply no longer around.
Right.
You have good, faithful Christians that died. I'm just going to throw out a number, 1,700 years ago.
Okay.
Their bodies have long decayed since then.
Surely.
We can't now say, God doesn't have anything to work with anymore. Guess they can't be resurrected or whatever.
The same God who created everything out of nothing.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
The same argument could be made of a good, faithful Christian who is unfortunate enough to die in a fire, let's say.
Right.
It's not cremation in an intentional post-death sense, but there are many ways that people die very tragic, deaths that
gruesome death,
that just
a traffic
physically
accident, mangled beyond recognition,
physically destroy a body, right?
Yes.
And we can't suddenly believe that they are. Oops, they can't make it. Right, you know what I mean? So cremation to me fits in that same category of you can't label that something that suddenly disqualifies you from salvation. And in that sense, it really doesn't matter and it doesn't make a difference.
Right. I think the concern with a lot of people is, will I be recognized in heaven? Will my loved ones know who I am? Will I know who they are?
Yeah.
And the answer to that scripturally is yes, but we do not recognize them.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference there. When Jesus took Peter and James and John up to the mountain that is known as the Mountain of Transfiguration.
Yeah.
Moses and Elijah were up there. Mm-hmm. Peter and James and John knew who they were, but they couldn't have recognized them because they had never seen them before.
Yeah. That's referring to, I'm guessing, a visual recognition.
A visual recognition. Yes, means again, and cognate means to bring it into the mind again.
Yeah.
And there is no recognition if I've never seen Moses and Elijah before. How did they know? Well, I can't answer that,
sure.
but they knew who they were. Well, I know my loved ones in heaven. And again, I'm in, please excuse me, in 2 Corinthians 5, yes, I will know who they are. How? I don't,
fascinating.
I don't know yet, and I've wanted to know, and I've thought about it.
Yeah.
We get a new body, and we also get a new name.
Yeah.
And so my name tag is not going to help anybody. We have name tags in heaven. I don't know.
Do you have a little sticker, hello, my name is?
I suppose. We have name tags here at CVCS.
We do.
Yeah, this has absolutely nothing to do with the question, but frustrates me that people wear their name tags on the left side when they should be worn on the right side.
Really?
And yes, all military is on the right side.
That's true.
All medical is on the right side. All first responders are on the right side. Fire fighters are on the right side. And that is because, I've been told, that when you reach in to shake hands with somebody, your eyes are on that side, and you don't have to search for a name tag on the other side. Okay.
Fascinating.
Well, that kind of trivia.
No, it's okay.
That kind of trivia is the thing that annoys me when I see educated people who don't know that. Okay, now, name tags in heaven, I have no idea.
Yeah.
We have really deviated from the topic here.
That's okay. That was actually interesting. Continue, or I can continue.
Well, I don't know what else to say except no, we don't take these bodies to heaven.
Yeah.
And yes, we are to honor these bodies now. I think we are to do more than honor them. I think we are to be awed by them as we study them.
Yeah.
And we look at them because they are a miraculous, I don't know if I want to use that word. They are an amazing.
Magnificent.
Thank you. That's the word. Creation of God.
Yeah.
Yesterday, in 2 of my classes, I taught the anatomy and physiology of the ear.
Yeah.
And when anyone looks at what is really going on there, how to change vibrations in the air into sound that is recognized by the brain, you just, nice job, Jesus. How did you do this?
How did you think of this? Yeah.
How did you come up with it? Well,
yeah, no.
Okay. And the same is true with the eye. And I can't imagine a part of the body where that is not true.
Yeah.
The whole thing is glorious.
Yeah.
And
I've thought the same thing too. Going in line of like, how should we look at and handle our bodies? Again, it's a temple. There is a sanctity to it and an importance. I liken it to how we view the rest of nature, or how we should view really the rest of creation.
I don't know what you're going to say, but I know I'm going to agree with you.
There is an awe, there is a magnificence to it, and it speaks to the handiwork of God.
Yes.
Right? And so in that sense, though, I don't want people to hear then that, so cremation, the destruction of it, that's inherently bad. It's a different thing that we're talking about there. It's not that. It's not inherently bad is what we're trying to say. That cremation itself is, I would argue, a choice. It's a preference. It's whatever you and your next of kin maybe prefer,
and
right?
It typically is not expensive.
Yeah,
and that is actually a thought,
yes,
a factor in what should I do.
Yeah.
I think that when you were talking about the body, and I was thinking that there are some bodies that seem to the owners of those bodies, the people who dwell within them,
Yep.
that this is not as magnificent as it's supposed to be. I was born without hearing. I was born blind. I was born with limbs that are either absent or distorted in some way. And I have heard people say, well, God doesn't make mistakes. I was intended to be this way. Be careful there.
Oh, yeah.
Our bodies are not redeemed. Our bodies are not perfect.
Yeah.
Did God intend for me to be born with this deficiency or this abnormality? And the answer is, I can't tell you about God's intention, but the answer is not. He doesn't make mistakes, but he made a mistake with me. He wanted me to be this way. Be really careful. We are in a cursed creation.
Yep.
And we have unredeemed bodies.
Yeah.
And just look at mine if you want. I mean, you.
I'd rather not.
Well, no. And I'd rather not. I've learned to walk through the house and avoid every mirror.
You go. No, what you've just said fits, I think, really well. We did an episode, whether it was 1 or 2 ago, about like the problem of evil. And I'm not suggesting that your body is evil. But speaking to the point of we live in a cursed creation, a fallen creation, there is randomness, there's chaos, there is
everything's broken.
brokenness. Yeah, exactly. We are subject to that It's funny. It maps onto what I said earlier about viewing the body as we view the rest of creation, the rest of nature. It fits on both ends of that, with the positive, beautiful, magnificent wonder side of things, as well as the it is broken, it is not redeemed, it is still under construction in a sense.
Right.
So both of those ends of this spectrum apply there.
Okay.
All that to say, this is not a thing that we suggest Christians be stressed or upset or anxious about. The topic of cremation, I think, it's a personal choice, and maybe it's a financial choice for some, but it's not.
But it's an okay choice.
It's an okay choice. It is not affecting your salvation.
No,
that is our
nor your
belief.
life hereafter.
Exactly.
Right.
Let's bounce to the second segment of this episode. The second segment we always call Surprise Jim, and it's a question.
It's going to be, Jim, are you going to be cremated?
No, my goodness.
No.
Could you imagine? I wish I'd thought of that.
No, okay.
I did
Go
not
ahead.
know.
I'm sorry. I'm not
That's
sorry.
okay. No. Don't be sorry. That's wonderful.
Banter back and forth.
The question today is, are there any fashion trends from any point in your life that you've witnessed or maybe even taken part in that you wish could make a comeback? And if not, can you just speak to what is the wildest fashion trend that you've ever seen in your life?
Oh my goodness! Domestically, you mean in the United States?
That's a good point.
There's some fashion trends in other countries in other cultures I do not understand.
I bet.
Yes.
No, I bet.
And okay, let me think for just a moment.
Think about if
trends.
anything you want to make a comeback.
I grew up in West Texas. Mm-hmm. And the upper Midwest for a short period of time, but mostly in West Texas, the buckle of the Bible Belt.
There you
go. And there were pretty conservative, I don't know, I started to say dresses.
Norms.
And now I'm thinking, did you mean for men or for women, or it doesn't matter?
Either, yeah.
Either one. Okay, well, no, I think that there are some garments that are stupid. Sure. And I think the stupidest garment that has ever been invented is the necktie. I just can't understand why in the world would anybody put this choker up against their throat and live that way. And
then there are professional spaces that demand that this is an expectation.
Well, there are.
Yeah, and I know.
There are. I've heard
ridiculous.
people say that so-and-so went into the Oval Office in the White House without a necktie on, and that is horrible.
And it's a controversy.
It shows disrespect for the President of the United States, and there are certain protocols if you're in the Oval Office. Well, certainly there are. One is there's the seal of the President of the United States on the carpet, and it's not to be stepped on. And I'm wondering, well, what do I do? Hop over it? So I think the necktie is ridiculous. And if I had life to live over again here, and I won't, I would pick a career that does not wear neckties.
Yeah.
But I did wear a necktie for a long time on Sundays as a pastor and in the pulpit, and that is what was done. I would get rid of that. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. The other one, although some people think it looks really good, is the high heels. The 4-inch stilettos, and they just
terribly impractical.
Just way out of
The impracticality.
One of the fashions that I do question is the school uniform for students. Why are we doing that?
Should schools have uniforms? It's a big topic. Yeah.
Well, it is important that I think people in school learn to dress according to the register. You dress differently if you're going to meet the president. You're going to dress differently if you're in court.
Right.
And you should probably dress differently if you're in a classroom.
That's right.
But then different than your living room or your bedroom or in your car with your buddy.
Yeah.
And I think that awareness is important. I liked a lot of hairstyles from girls' hairstyles from the 60s and 70s when I was in school. You wouldn't remember this, but the bubble was the way the hair. Okay, there's
yeah,
the bubble hairstyle and the ducktails that go back, where you sweep the side back and so forth. I have, unless the fashion is extreme, I have learned pretty much to look beyond it.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
Yeah, if you focus on the way somebody appears, you miss on who they are.
That's right.
Sometimes. What about fashions that you? But you haven't lived long enough, youngin, seen too many.
Yeah, I only fashion, like from specifically my life in particular. For me, like I look at like 90s fashion trends where everything is just very baggy and colorful, and that's like nostalgic to me. Not in a way that I would want to personally wear or emulate, but I see you see like pictures from the 90s, and it brings me back to like watching Nickelodeon on my parents' living room floor. And so it isn't a fashion trend that I want to bring back, but it is like seared in my memory as this like timestamp, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
And it just it's like a brings me back kind of thing.
You mean in memories to think about that?
Yeah.
No, it's nostalgic.
It's nostalgic, exactly.
Yeah, okay. I get that. The 1990s to me seems like yesterday, but not ancient history. I think that some of those fashions could come back. Remember when the Beatles came? Oh no, you don't. Of course you don't.
I've seen historical archival footage from long before my time.
And my parents were horrified that the hair on these guys went below their ears.
Sure.
I'm covered part of their ears. That's just rebellious.
It's
and
controversy, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big controversy. And now it's common for people, for guys to wear their hair like that.
Absolutely. At any point in your life, have you or has anyone considered you to be what they would call a fashionable person?
No.
Or have you always been
no,
just very informal, casual?
Well, that can be fashionable.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, okay. I like jackets. I like and maybe sports coats, but just jackets in general. There are some that are very attractive. I had almost an obsession with buying jackets, and Burlington Coat Factory banned me from being. No, they loved me for being there.
I used to have a rewards program.
I used to have a pickup, and I'd keep all the jackets in a covered thing in the back. And people say, it's a little chilly. I wish I had a jacket. Oh, yeah. Well,
swing open the door.
Color and size. What would you like? I have it all back here. There is.
Amazing.
I like a rugged look for guys. I like guys who look like guys.
Sure.
I like, and I like to look that way myself. Yeah. But I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm wearing. Debbie will say, "You're not going out wearing that, are you?"
Not anymore.
Not any. Or I guess, yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's wrap this thing up. This has been another episode of Brewing with Jim, and we want to thank, as always, our audience for listening. We enjoy doing this, and we want to keep doing it. So I have
fun doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We want to invite you, our audience, to submit your own questions. There's an email address set up, brewingwithjim@gmail.com. If you want to ask us anything, or if you just want to share a bit about yourself, please email us at brewingwithjim@gmail.com.
I join with you on that, yes.
Indeed. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you back next week.
Take care.
This episode has been a production of the Capistrano Valley Christian Schools Podcast Network. CVCS is a Christian TK through 12 school in San Juan Capistrano, California. Please visit cvcs.org/podcasts to listen to the variety of shows our students produce on our campus. You can also find all of our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and others. We would also appreciate you subscribing to and leaving a review of this show and the other shows on our network in your podcast player of choice. If you have any questions or would like to reach out to us, please email podcasts@cvcs.org. On behalf of the school, this is Mr. Jasper, the executive producer of the podcast network. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more.